How we doing? How we doing? Nah, don't get scared now. I be laughing so hard my stomach hurts. Welcome to Larry's world. Mother truckers. Yeah. How we doing today, people? Welcome to this beautiful what's today's date? My days be getting so confused now, y'all. Welcome to this beautiful Friday, December 5th, 2025. Let's thank God to be alive and let's rejoice and be glad in it. You guys, yesterday I want to deeply apologize. My internet connection, these areas that I be in across the world, some internet connections are not that great, but I do have some good news. My wife and I, we purchased a brand new camera yesterday. Okay, this is great news because this camera now that I purchased, I can do recording anywhere, on anywhere, wherever I am. I do not have to have internet connection. We paid a pretty good amount of money for this camera, over $300 for this camera. So we're gonna be good now. I'll be able to do my recording and everything, no matter where I am. Brandon, what's going on with you? Great morning to you, sir. Hope you're having a great and marvelous day. But you know what I'm gonna do, y'all? I'm gonna sing happy birthday to anybody born in the month of December. Then right after that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the topic off. All right? So I want y'all to bow your heads. Well, I said it wrong. Let me sing happy birthday first, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, guys, and many blessings and prosperity to anybody born in the month of December. Extra blessings and prosperity over your life. But like I tell y'all all the time, if you're not living right, if you're not walking with Jesus Christ, these extra blessings and prosperity are going to be held off until you start following and walking with Jesus Christ, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and open this thing up in a prayer. Then we're going to get the topic off. So now I want y'all to bow your heads and close your eyes with me, all right? Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day today, Lord. This day that was not promised, Lord, but you let us see it anyhow. Lord, there's a lot of broken people today, Lord. A lot of people who are fickle. A lot of people who are not walking and serving you today, Lord. A lot of people are walking down the shadow of the path of death. Lord, I ask you to reverse that thing around. A lot of people have sold their soul over to the devil today, Lord. I ask you to reverse that thing around. And let them sell their souls over to you today, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Now we're going to go ahead and get this topic off. Hi, Larry Dalton watching. Okay, thank you for watching, Dalton. Good morning to you, sir. Okay, now we're going to get the topic off. Thank you for tuning in with me today. Okay, now, today's topic is going to be, we've all mishandled a situation in our lives that's cost us. So what do you mean by that, Larry? I want y'all to think about it, y'all. We've all had certain situations in our lives that's cost us in life. Jerry Mitchell, what's going on with you? Each and every last one of us, y'all. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody tell you. I'll use myself as an example. I am now a married man, but I love showing you guys and telling you guys because a lot of people think because I am a content creator that I don't make mistakes. Years ago, y'all, I was in a relationship. I was involved with this woman, and you know, we were supposed to get up that night. Well, she had got a babysitter and everything. She hired a babysitter. I sat there and told this woman that I would pick her up the next morning, and we would go to the fair. However, my brother called me and he said he had some females. Oh man, I got some females we can get up with. Anyway, make a long story short, it cost me. That same woman today, I love my wife, but that same woman today, who knows, could have been my wife. But that cost me. So I sat there and lied, and I said, oh, my dad is sick in the hospital. But that wasn't even the case. I lied, set this girl up just so I could go hang out with my brother. That situation cost me. I was never able to go out on another date with her again, y'all. We have to understand in life we're gonna make costly decisions. I don't care how perfect and righteous you try to be. You think about it, even in sports, guys. Jerry Mitchell, what's going on with you? Even in sports, we make costly mistakes. You might have the football in your hand and you might fumble the ball. Somebody might knock the ball out of your hand, y'all. But I need y'all to understand, and it could cost the team the game. But I need y'all to understand when these type of things happen, don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. These type of things are meant to happen. Because think about it, guys. What I need y'all to understand: if you don't go through nothing in life, how can you learn from it? I'll wait. Dun, 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 boom, boom. See what I'm saying? You cannot learn nothing from these things. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, if it nothing costs you in life. I am okay. I hope you okay today. Joseph Sweatman, what's up with? Hey man, your brother is your blood. It's fine. If you don't go on another date with that girl, you won now, and that's all that matters. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just giving y'all an example of, sometimes we might, you know, like we're gonna use the game Wheel or No Deal. You might be playing the game Wheel or No Deal. Y'all know how that go. They might say at the end your number may be 15, but they might say guess the other number. They might say your number is 15. Do you want to keep 15 or do you want to go to number 10? And you keep the other number under that number 15. Could have been a 5-day cruise. Could have been $1 million. You see what I'm saying? So sometime in life we make decisions that cost us. So I need y'all to understand, as long as we live, we're gonna make decisions that's gonna cost us. Sometimes we try to, bid on certain stuff and it just don't work out. That's just life, man. Making my way downtown, walking fast pace, and I am homebound. That's what's up, man. Keep walking, brother. Appreciate it, man. Y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. Appreciate that, Chi-Town one. That way, when I drop these vids, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the first to be notified. I can't be bought. I can't be replicated. I can't be duplicated. You will not find no content being dropped off like this. I promise you that. Now, like I say all the time, granted, there is some great inspirational speakers, but none like me. I'm cut from a different cloth. You ain't gonna find none like me. And if you don't hit the like, share, subscribe button, I'm not gonna lose no sleep. I promise you that. I'm gonna sleep on, baby. I'm gonna sleep on and I'm gonna keep on walking with Jesus Christ. But like I said, when we go through these situations, y'all, I don't want y'all around here holding your head down and all that. I don't want y'all doing that right there. Like I said, don't think it's the end of the world because you make a costly mistake. This is just a part of life. I know one time I had a family member of mine, she double paid a bill. A family member of mine, she had paid car insurance twice. So instead of it being 400, she paid it 800. This could be a good and bad thing. At least now she didn't have to worry about that later on. That was a costly mistake because now that extra $400 that she would have had in her pocket now went towards a bill. The good and bad to that is she done already got the bill taken care of, but now that extra $400 she didn't have in her pocket. It hurt her pocket, you know what I'm saying? But it did help her later on, because that way if she run through hardship, this way she already have that bill out of the way. Is that Mike Jones back from the dead? Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. What's going on with you? Nah, it's not me, bro. Nah, I ain't Mike Jones, baby. DPP898. What's going on with you? What's going on with y'all today? What's going on with you? Like I tell y'all all the time, guys, I've been a little rusty. I hadn't been on here in quite some time, so I may be a little bit rusty. I may kind of be all over the place, but I hadn't been on here in such a long time, so y'all just bear with me. I ain't been on here in damn near 2 weeks. I was on here yesterday. Darius Wall, what's going on with you? Denzel Washington, you trying to butter me up like pancakes. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Don't flatter me now. Don't just say whatever you want to make me feel good. That make me feel good. I feel like Tony the Tiger. I feel great. I appreciate that. What's going on with you? What's up with you? I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment, Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Eva Watson, what's going on with you? Panama 420, what's up with you? Eva Watson, how you doing? It's been a while since I've been on here. As you can see, I hadn't been on here. Yesterday was my first time being on here since November 23rd. So I hadn't been on here. How you been? I'm fine. How you been doing? Are you still on vacation? Well, I'm not. I wouldn't even really consider this a vacation because, like right now, my wife and I we're content creators. So my new career path is we travel the world and we record different videos. You guys will start seeing more. My wife and I we just went and purchased uh, brand new cameras and stuff yesterday. So you guys gonna get to start seeing different ventures of where I'm going. Right now, I'm down in Florida, so it's not much to see here. It's just Florida. I'm down here in Florida. But once I, get the camera and everything set up, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna start seeing different. You're gonna start seeing Jamaica, different little spots that we go to. You're gonna start being able to venture and see more. Eva Watson, I love when you on here because you keep me going. Let me tell you what we're talking about today. Please stay with me. Thank you, Eva Watson. It's a blessing for you being on here with me. Today we're talking about we've all mishandled a situation in our lives that's cost us. That's today's topic. We've all handled a situation in our lives that's cost us. You might have said something to one of your children that you didn't really mean to say. Not saying you in general, but your kid, you might have said something to your kid and your kid might have ran away from home. But you didn't mean it, but it could cost you later. CMPD could be out to your house or the DSS could be out to your house because you said something that you did not really mean to say. I'm not saying you in general, but we all have. And people get on here, y'all, and say that they've never said nothing that cost them. They're telling a lie. These type of people, y'all, we got to stay away from these type of people who are lying. Everyone in life has said something at some point in their lives. That's cost them somewhere. Each and every last one of us has. And I wish people get on here and just start learning to be honest. It is okay. None of us are perfect, y'all. None of us are perfect, but we're all worth it, all right? All right, that's what I'm talking about, Evil Watch. I love when you get in here and talk to me. I love when all of y'all do. Our granddaddy always said, watch what you say. Watch what you say out of your mouth. Your mouth could get you in trouble. That's true. That is true. It can. And I'm going to be honest with you, it has gotten me in trouble. I've been in situations and stuff like I'm not afraid to tell y'all. I've went to jail before in the past. With my anger got in my way. Thinking I was above the law when I was younger. That could get in that right there can cause you to get in trouble. Thinking that you are above the law. I had to be about 21, 22 years old. I had this situation happen where, I'm thinking I'm bigger and better than the police. You're not bigger than the law, y'all. That's what I need y'all to understand. Thinking you're bigger than the law can cost you down the road. You think you could just go in there and rob a bank and take out 65 police officers. You got another thing coming. You ain't gonna make it out of that bank alive. I promise you that. But we gotta stop thinking that we're invincible. But when we're young, y'all, that unfortunately that's how it is. When you're young, we all think we're invincible. Even do you got these situations in your life where you've had it where you said something that cost you? Like I said, we all have some, but do you know of any that you would like to talk about today? I've been down that road in the past. Yeah, we all have. That's why I say I don't knock nobody for whatever they went through. I'm not the type to knock nobody, but what we have to understand is that in life, at some point though, even not saying you, but at some point in our lives, we have to change. We can't continue to go down the exact same rabbit hole. We can't continue to go down this same rabbit hole. That's where a lot of us as individuals mess up at. We keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. If we know it cost us, but we keep doing it over and over and wanting God to change it. No, it don't work like that. God he gonna say, well, why should I, change your past or the way you mishandled the situation if you're gonna continue to do it over and over? God just sitting back laughing. He like, he laughing. He like, you ain't trying to change. You keep doing the same thing over and over. Okay. Yes, I have. You know, when you don't play, when you don't say something you ain't have no business saying because they hit your spirit and it's your consequence behind it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, that's true. I agree and disagree. If I tell somebody, uh, I think sometimes it's a little bit of both. I think it's what you say, not saying you, and how you say it. If I tell somebody right now, if you touch me again, I'm gonna smack you in your face. And if I tell them in a loud voice, if you touch me again, I'm gonna smack you in your face. Either way, that ain't what you say, how you say it. I shouldn't have said that. Sometimes it's not what we say, how we say it. I think sometimes certain things we shouldn't just say at all. Some things we just don't need to say at all. So I do agree with that is what you say and not how you say it. But I think some things, Eva Watson, should not come out of our mouth at all. You ain't learning nothing or the lesson, you just repeating it. That's it. That's it. And these type of people right here, Eva Watson, we can't hang around these type of people right here. We can't. We can't because these type of people will bring us down. I say this a lot right here. These type of people will bring us down, mishandling the situation. You know what I'm saying? If you got that one person on your team that keep on fouling every time they get the ball, well, guess what? They say one bad apple spoils the bunch. Now, I deeply believe this right here. If they keep fouling, eventually you might want to get traded. You be like, why do I want to be on this team with this person? And they keep on fouling. It's one or two things going to happen. Either they need to trade that person off the team, or eventually you're going to want to get traded because they're causing the team. They're causing the team. Sometimes one situation that was mishandled can cause everybody on that whole team. It can. It can cause everybody hardship. One bad situation that you made can cause it a hardship for everybody else. How you doing, sir? I'm doing great. Yeah, that's why. Okay, let's read some more of these comments. Yeah, that's why I know what to say on my mouth and what not to say because I didn't pay the price. That's it. That's it. But like I said, a lot of times people think they can say whatever they want. They think they can say whatever they want, and this is what baffles me too. Older people feel like that they can say whatever they want, and they can say whatever they want, and the situation won't be mishandled. Listen, elderly people, I love you guys to death, but you cannot say whatever you want out of your mouth. You cannot do that. Old people, I need y'all, elderly people, brother, I need y'all to hear this message. You cannot say whatever you want and think that it is okay. Okay, us young adults have feelings too. Now, that's one thing. If you have dementia, something like that, then you can't help what you say. But it can still get you in trouble. Just because you can't help what you're saying does not mean it's going to hurt the individual. Okay? So we have to be very careful and very mindful, y'all. Like I said, until the day we die, we're going to constantly be in situations that cost us. It might be something small. You know, it could be something small. It could be just a simple fact of you going to buy a t-shirt. Let's say you go on to Ross, okay, hypothetically speaking. You go on to Ross, you buying a shirt. You might see this shirt that you really, really like, okay? It might be $30, but you really, really like this shirt. Then you leave that store, and then you see another one for $15. That's a small costly mistake, but it's still a costly mistake because now you could have bought that same shirt for $15 if you was just patient enough to wait. But a lot of times too, y'all, this situation could be tricky because now what if you would have went down the street and got that shirt and it wouldn't have been there? So it's tricky. It's tricky. That's why I don't hang with people anymore. Just being around him could cost you every. Okay, that's why I don't hang out with people anymore. Just being around him could cause you, if they're not living right and behave as they carry what they sell, can affect you. That's it. We got to watch the fruits that people bear. That's the thing I see in life a lot of times too, y'all. That can cause us. That's why a lot of these players, like I said, they get on these teams and stuff and they want to get traded because they causing the whole team. You know, it ain't always that the team sucks. Sometimes it could be that one player on the team that's a cancer to the locker room. They're causing the entire team. They're causing the entire team. Don't nobody want to be on that want to constantly get blamed for something that somebody else doing. I don't know about you. Yes, I get one bad apple spoiled a bunch, but we don't always have to be a part of that bunch. I don't know who this message is for. We don't always have to be a part of that one bad apple spoiled a bunch crowd. We don't. Sometimes we can't help certain stuff to happen. Sometimes we can't help it. We can control certain things. Some things we can't control. Okay, it's just like if you're in class and the teacher say, if y'all don't stop talking, y'all ain't gonna go outside. You got that always got that one little ass kid, that's gonna keep talking, and then can't nobody go outside. Those type of situations can be avoided. But like I said, with the sport thing right there, once you're in a certain contract on your team, you may not be able to break that contract. But once you've been on that team for a certain amount of time and you got certain players just constantly causing you the game, you have a right to change over to another team. If you're in a bad relationship and you see that this person is constantly causing you heartache and pain, you don't have to stay in that. Now, that's one thing I would tell you right there. If you are in a relationship and it is not working, this person is constantly beating on you, mistreating you, cheating you out of money. What I need y'all to understand, y'all, like I said, it says in the Bible, the only way you're supposed to leave an individual if they're cheating you. That don't mean, like I said, cheating you could mean not just cheating on you, but cheating you out of money, uh, beating on you. All that is cheating because you're doing things that you should not do. If you're being mishandled or mistreated in a situation, it is causing you. It is time to move on. You do not have to be a part of that. If it's causing you stress at night, it's causing your kids to rebel towards you. Sometimes too, y'all, our spouse, our husband or our wives or significant other could be causing us. If you start to see these type of things right here, y'all, it is time to bounce like a basketball. Ding, ding, ding. It's time to bounce. You don't have to stick around for that. I don't know why as individuals we like to stick around for stuff that we don't have to stick around for. Oh, I'm staying in this relationship for my kids. You ain't doing nothing but hurting your kids down the road. Why would you want to be in a situation that's going to cost them down the road later? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. Yeah, you hurting them. You trying to find love, but you hurting your children. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, Eva Watch, let's read this. I got a lot of people that's jealous because I don't let them in my space or I don't have communication with them. Their lifestyle is not lined up how God has me moving, and I can't let that affect me. Eva Watson, you are a very smart woman. I love what you just said. That is very smart. And if you don't feel like these people are the right fit in your life, you do not owe them an explanation. A lot of times, this is a lot of people's problem right here. If you know you hanging around certain people, and you don't like their vibe, it can cost you down the road. What do you mean by it can cost you down the road? It can hold back your blessing hanging around certain people. It can cost you your blessing, Eva Watson. Not saying you in general. It can cost me my blessing hanging around blessing blockers. That can cost you down the road. When we start getting these type of situations, it's time to cut these individuals off. How can God bless you if you're hanging around blessing blockers? That is a good one right there. And listen, don't let nobody tell you no different. Oh, it'll only affect you only if you let it. No, bull crap. Eventually, if you're hanging around these type of people long enough, it's going to affect you. Not saying you in general, Evil Watson. Me too. If we hang around these people long enough, I don't care what nobody say. Just like my mom used to tell me, you can't hang around Mary, Jane, and Sue, because eventually you keep hanging around these people, you're going to turn into these people, and it's going to cost you your blessings. I don't know who this message is for. Let's read this right here. I gotta head back to work. I was at break. I'll catch you on the next live. I enjoyed this topic. Take care. You and your wife enjoying the travel. Thank you, Eva Watson. Blessings to you. And like I tell you all the time, don't let nobody try to persuade you or take you off your game. Okay, stay blessing, stay prayed up, keep all your blessings, and keep that energy. You know what I'm saying? That positive energy to yourself. Blessings, love you. All right, take care. Thank you for being on here with me today on this live. All right. But yeah, y'all, we got to do better. You know, we got to do better. We got to stop blaming everybody else. You know, eventually we got to take ownership. We have to take ownership. If you're in a bad situation, like I say all the time, if you're in that bad situation and you know it's hurting your kids, you know your kids are starting to rebel towards you, it's time to move on. If you know this job that you're on is causing you to lose sleep at night, you're getting anxiety, you're up all times of night, it's not paying the bills, it's time to move on. Okay? That a job too, y'all, believe it or not, a job could be causing you to be in a bad situation. That is a situation that could be mishandled, y'all. I say this all the time. I've been on several jobs in my life that I have mishandled or have mishandled certain situations where I had a chance at one point, y'all, to be I had a chance to take a welding job making good money, but instead, out of fear, I took the cleaning job. Now, granted, now the welding job was much closer to home, but this cost me down the road. So instead of me taking the welding job right down the street, I took the job way in Mount Holly. Now, the job in Mount Holly, this was in 2007. The job in Mount Holly was paying $10 an hour. Okay, that was a lot of money back there. It was paying $10 an hour. But out of fear, I took the easier job, paying $10 an hour, when in reality, I should have took the job paying $12 an hour, the welding job back in '07, and I would have been in a better spot. So it cost me because now every time I needed to get back and forth to work, I had to now rely on somebody to take me back and forth. Now, granted, now I just told y'all this was in 2007. So it wasn't no Uber, it wasn't no Lyft, it was none of that. It wasn't no Lyft drivers. You either had a taxi or you had to be somewhere where you could be on a bus line. We didn't have that technology back then. So for years, I had to bum from people. When my car would break down, I would have to beg for rides. You know, not literally beg. I would pay them gas money, of course, but you don't want to be in that situation, y'all. That's why when y'all get in these careers and stuff like that, don't just take the easier path just for not to be in a hardship situation. A lot of times we take the easier path because we think it's going to be easier, but most time it can cost us in the long run. Uh, yeah. That's what's up. Okay. Madum age. After a long time, man. What's today's topic? Today's topic is we've all mishandled a situation in our lives that's cost us. That's today's topic today. Do you have any situations, man, that you want to talk about that's cost you? Because we all have some. That's today's topic. I'm going to say it again. We've all mishandled a situation in our lives that's cost us. Like I said, I'm telling them people now that there's been chances, been times in my life that I've went down certain career paths that I know I had no business going down. I know full well that I had potential to be a great welder years ago, but instead, out of fear, I took the cleaning job. You know what I'm saying? Way in Mount Holly, North Carolina. Now, at the time, I was in Charlotte. But I took the job way in another about 30, 40 minutes away from home because that job seemed to be easier. But I wasn't thinking about the long term. If my car would break down, I would be closer to home. And it backfired. Y'all, what I need y'all to understand too, y'all, these situations will backfire. It may look lovey-dovey at the time, but these situations will backfire. These these situations that you mishandle will backfire. And it's just teaching you a lesson. It ain't nothing bad about it backfiring. Sometimes you need it to backfire sometimes because how can you learn? If every situation pan out, how can you learn? If you get on a job and you take this certain job and it don't work out for you, that's just God tell you that wasn't the particular job for you. We need to be in situations where we get mishandled, as crazy as that may sound. You don't want everything to always be lovey-dovey all the time. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. This is how you grow and blossom just like a flower. But how you gonna learn and blossom if everything is always going right for you, y'all? So we need these situations to happen. Do not feel bad when these things happen. They're gonna happen. They're gonna continue to happen. Like I said, it could be something small. It could be something the fact of you try to take a shortcut home, and one way telling you to go this way, the other GPS telling you to go that way. Well, you listen to the other GPS and end up taking you a long way around the way. That could be a small situation, you know what I'm saying? But it's still costly because now it costs you an extra 10, 15 minutes on your route to the house. So any situation could be costly. It doesn't have to be big or small, y'all. That's what I need y'all to understand. The scratch-off number, you might be getting ready to play a scratch-off ticket, and the number might be 225522, something like that. But instead of you saying 225-522, you say 225-511, and then they call your number. That is a costly situation. Yes, it hurts and stings, but you will live through it. You will live to see another day, y'all. I need y'all to understand. Don't beat yourself up when these type of things happen, though. I don't need y'all to do that. Don't beat yourself up when this stuff happens. I used to do graphic designing at Vegas. In 2022, I realized that spending my time in front of computers doesn't make me happy. That's when I started a gym with my brother. That's it, man. And there's no need in life, man, if we're doing things that we don't enjoy. It does not make any sense to do things that we don't enjoy. Now, granted, sometime in life, man, we have to do things that we don't enjoy. Well, Larry, what do you mean by that? Sometime in order to get to that next level, my dude mage, we have to do these things that we don't enjoy. And maybe at the time you had to do what you had to do. That is perfectly normal too. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't really enjoy in order to get to that next level. That's okay. But it may have cost you a few years. But maybe that was God. Well, it wasn't no maybe. God was just setting you up to be where you are today. Sometimes we think it's a costly situation, guys. But I need y'all to understand, everything in life happens in due timing. But that's not an excuse to continue to go down that same rabbit hole. That don't mean you work on a certain job for 30, 40 years. That is no excuse to be doing that right there. Then now you don't lost 30, 40 years that you can't get back. But sometime in life, no, God just wanted you to be in that situation so he could be like, well, see, I put you in this situation so you can learn from it. A lot of times, y'all, what I need y'all to understand, God puts us in certain situations so we can learn. He's not punishing us. He's just trying to let us learn from it. But a lot of times in life, ladies and gentlemen, we continue, like I said, I'm going to be redundant here. We continue to go down the same exact rabbit hole. We go down the same rabbit hole and we're looking for different results. Well, how can we get different results if we're constantly going down the same rabbit hole? You're not going to get different results. But I'm glad that you went into that gym, man. You started working with your gym, with your brother at the gym, man. And that's good, man. If you get along with your sibling, man, I'm going to say do it, man. Go for it. A lot of people can't, but hey, that is great, man, that you working with your brother, man. And I wish you and your brother, man, blessings and prosperity. I really do. I wish y'all the best, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would never work with my brother. I wouldn't do it. I love my brother to death, but I would not work with my brother. The only person that I would work with, number one, Jesus Christ and my wife. That is it. Not no kids, not none of that. You are very fortunate, brother. You are blessed to be able to say that you can work with your brother. Me personally, I would never work with my brother, my dad, none of that. I work with my cat before I work with any of my siblings. The only person I'll be working with is my wife, because I married this person. I left my mother to be with my wife, okay? I left my mother to be with my wife. It says in the Bible, you're supposed to leave your mother to find the love of your life. So if you can't trust this person to be a business partner, why in the hell do we marry him? Congratulations to you, though, brother. I am happy for you, man. I love you, man, and congrats to you. Yes, whatever the path that makes us happy is God's plan. Previous wrong paths were just to make us realize what's best for us. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It still hurts, though, when we do these type of things, y'all. But I need y'all, a lot of times in life, we dwell on these situations. Dwelling on these situations too long can beat us down, too. Now, every once in a while, I think about these situations that I've been through, and I dwell on it, and I be like, I wonder where I would be if this, if that. But then I look at where I am, I'm like, no, that happened just right, because if I would have been in this situation at this time, I wouldn't have met this particular person. See, that's what I need y'all to understand too. In life, we go down certain ways. Like I said, if I would have never taken that job, I would have never met the love of my life, which is my wife now. So that needed to happen. You see what I'm saying? And that woman that I thought that was supposed to be my wife, who's to say that I would have got with her and we would have got divorced? You see what I'm saying? So that might have been my wife. But who's to say that would have worked out? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, a lot of times too, God will allow us to get in certain situations that will cost us, so we will know not to get in another costly situation like that again. So all this stuff is completely normal, y'all. It's completely normal. But listen, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. If I'm lying, I'm flying. All right, y'all, I'm done with this thing. I want y'all to bow your heads and close your eyes with me. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button, okay? That way when I drop these vids, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the first to be notified, okay? Bow your heads, close your eyes with me. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day today, Lord. This day was not promised, Lord, but you let us see it anyhow. Lord, a lot of people has made costly mistakes, Lord. We all make costly mistakes. Some mistakes may be small costly mistakes. Some mistakes may be big costly mistakes. A costly mistake is a costly mistake, but we can't constantly dwell on it, Lord. We have to learn we have to learn from this situation, remember the situation so we don't go back to the situation again, Lord. And listen, y'all, I'm out of here like last year. Cook, cook, boom, peace, bless. I'm out. One.